Hey there, you guys. So I want to talk to you a little bit about the syllabus today. All right, so we are taking a look at the syllabus together here. This is a contract for my class, okay? I consider this to be a contract between you and I. I will uphold the contract, you will uphold the contract. That's how this works. That's how we have a successful business relationship, all right? So let's get started. So you can see my name's up there, my email address. Reach out to me by email whenever you need. Okay, I mean that. I absolutely mean that. All right. As far as my phone number goes, please don't call my office phone number. I know I've said this before, but the office phone number it doesn't forward my calls, and I want to make sure I get back in contact with you. So send me an email if we need to talk. Then we will set up an appointment. All right. I'm pretty flexible, so whenever you need, just let me know. All right, as far as office hours go, my office location in this moment, since I'm working from home until March, and then depending on how the pandemic situation is going, I'll most likely only be back on campus for 1 day a week. It makes it easier for you because you can come to my virtual office hours Monday and Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. And you can do that cool thing that people do in meetings and wear like PJ bottoms and like a shirt that looks semi-presentable, right? That's always fun. So we've got that Monday and Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. As far as your textbook goes, you have nothing to buy. You have one textbook that we'll be using through Blackboard, and that's free of charge. So, rad. As far as assignment grades go, I'm going to be keeping up with your grades throughout the course. Okay, when it comes to the course weights, I know this is what everybody wants to focus on, right? How's the grade breakdown? Okay, well, the discussions and discussion portfolio are worth 25% of your entire grade. The assignment, the annotated bibliography assignment, and all of the smaller assignments that build up to it are worth 20%. The literature review and all those little assignments that build to that, 25%. And the research paper is worth 30%, okay, including the assignments that build to that as well. Now, technically, I know everything builds to the research paper, but I've broken it down into thirds to make grading a little bit nicer, a little bit less harsh for you. All right, so you can see that both the annotated bibliography and the literature review are both heavily weighted in this course, even though they're only planning tools. That's okay. You know why? Because planning is just as important as writing the thing. All right, and that's not just me. That comes from a lot of people. All right, otherwise we wouldn't have you practice and practice and practice and plan and decide what you're going to write before you sit down to do it. Okay, so we've got that. Now, when it comes to things like time limits and due dates, please keep track of those. They're very important. We want to make sure that you're, following the kind of outline that's listed in Blackboard. Now, for the internet connection policy, this is an online class. All right. That goes without saying, right? You know that. But that also means you need to have a reliable internet connection, okay? Right now, in this exact moment that I'm recording this video, for some reason, the internet is not reaching my office. I have wired internet out here, so I don't know what happened. But if I needed to turn something in for an assignment, right, what I would do is I would, take my laptop, get in my car, I would go to McDonald's, right, someplace that offers free Wi-Fi, sit in the parking lot, because I'm not about to get COVID by going into McDonald's. You see how many people go into McDonald's right now? I wouldn't ask you to do that. I wouldn't do it, all right? But you go sit in the parking lot, you have Wi-Fi, all right? So use that. You can also submit things through your phone. The Blackboard app is awful, but if you submit it to me by email before the deadline, I'm happy to accept it, okay? So know that's always a contingency. If you have something going on, you can always submit by email. That way you can use your phone data, if you need to airdrop it to yourself or transfer it through some sort of Android file transfer. I've never had an Android phone, so I don't know how that works. But I'm happy to accept it over email if there's an issue. All right, so as far as my late work policy, I do not accept late work. Now, I say that with a giant caveat because we live in a very strange world these days. If something happens, okay, if you have an extreme situation, just reach out to me. Let me know as soon as you possibly can. Even if it's like one quick sentence, I have to take my mom to the emergency room because she got struck by lightning. Okay, that actually happened to me one time, and I was stuck grading essays in the emergency room. So I know how awful that is. Keep that in mind. If an extreme circumstance comes up, I get it. We're all human, right? And, it's important to keep that in mind, especially these days. All right, so we do have a no-show policy, right? You have to submit your welcome quiz by the deadline listed in Blackboard, or you'll be marked as a no-show and you'll be dropped from the course, right? That's typical for any Gwinnett Tech online class especially, but hybrid classes too. So you want to make sure that you do that quiz. All right, and then as far as plagiarism goes, plagiarism is when you use someone else's ideas or language and present them as your own. By the time you're in English 2130, I really hope you know that. If you don't, guess what? There's a section in our textbook, so you can go check that out to make sure you don't fall into that trap. Because what happens if you get caught plagiarizing? And I will catch you if you do. You will actually get a 0 for the assignment, and you will actually be reported to Gwinnett Tech as a violation of the academic integrity policy. So make sure you do your own work, you present others' ideas as other people's ideas, you cite them correctly. All right, so that is it. That is our syllabus. Pretty chill, pretty straightforward. It's probably a lot like what you see in other classes. All right, so have a wonderful rest of your day, guys. Do great things, and I will see you next time.